Good morning and welcome to all y'all. Hopefully, you guys are doing well out there. And yeah, let's get going as we're getting ready for Dev Update number 10. So, if YouTube is a little bit delayed, we'll redo that intro. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Brian, if you're new around here. And today we're going to be talking about Blue Protocol's Dev Update. We're going to be live reacting, covering it. As always, I don't speak Japanese. That usually comes up, but we have various different fans translations, and whatever we end up using today, we'll be sure to link in the description. So give them some follows. They are absolutely passionate, incredible individuals. I cannot recommend, especially Zachman. I know I'm butchering the name. It's like yeah. So hopefully you guys are having a good day out there. We're going into August. This is set to come out sometime in 2024. My guess is early 2024. It's too early for this, says Sir Rule. Go back to bed. Also, good morning, Brian. Good morning. Yes, you can watch this as a VOD if needed. Let's see here. All right, let me swap over to my Blue Protocol dashboard. Excellent. And thank you guys already for the 1 like on this stream. Freaking legendary. Thank you all so much. All right, so I got that up. I have the stream up and ready to rock and roll. All right, let's see here. Yeah, all right, I'll get you guys one of the links. Garvin, what says, oh, it's morning that side. Morning, Brian. All the way up from Uganda. Well, howdy from Texas. I love how global this community is, man. It is the best. I'll put that as the pinned comment. So if anybody else wants somebody else's take on the matter, if you just want to be able to do some reading, Zachman does a great job at getting us all the information as well. So last time we, I'm about to sneeze. Last time we got the new class reveal of Blitz Lancer, which I think is going to be somewhat, I don't know if it's going to be one class a year, aka one weapon, or if they go at a more accelerated pace, but who, baby? I think Blue Protocol Database is also doing a live translation. Let's get them added here, or check out Protocol Database. Perfect. Excellent. Cyril says, I say I'm from Missouri, but really I'm from Pluto. So you've gone universal. I thought men were from Mars, so you're all the way out there in the dwarf planet system. Hey, what do you think about like the theory that there's a mysterious planet X still further out that's even bigger? I've been having a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys watch the Y-Files, but I really enjoyed the Y-Files, and it's a guilty pleasure. I really just like sitting back and listening to all the different thoughts and and things that are out there. Oh yeah. You think about 30 to 50 years, we might be traversing the stars? I would hope so. One of the things that I feel like is just like kind of a constant disappointment is like we just really slow down on our space exploration, and it's like just in terms of like outside of even just exploring and colonizing colonizing. I don't know why it sounded wrong or weird in my head. Outside of that, like there's so many awesome resources and all kinds of stuff undiscovered. Who knows what we will learn? All right, they are live now. Excellent, baby. All right, we'll adjust the volume. For those of you who are new, they will be speaking in Japanese. We've got the fans' translations up, and we're going to be covering those. So lots to discuss, exciting stuff. They're going to go through a typical intro that we've seen in the past. And yeah, well, I'll give you guys my thoughts as we move through the information. See if there's any. I don't think we get a lot of global information, but it's interesting to see what comes out of here. And then Amazon updates us on the Play Blue Protocol site. So as always, if you guys like Blue Protocol news, information, guides, you're in the right spot. So thank you guys so much for being here. Kingdom says, I hope Global will have the Blitz Lancer from the start. That's a really interesting question. And one that it will give us some insight. Let's say there's another class, theoretically, on the way. I could start to see them kind of accelerating the class pacing. But if Blitz Lancer comes out in August, I think what we would probably see is them still stagger it because we're only talking about 2 updates. Like we're only talking about like, hey, check out the initial 5, and then in 2 updates, 2 months, then all of a sudden you're like, boom, you have that hype of the new class. So as people have kind of played around with the different classes, it gives them something to kind of go around with. But if, let's say, by January there's another class, I could see them trying to put in an accelerated raid for that. Oh, yeah. Oh, mine actually, thank you. Yeah, Sir Rule says, thanks for the 8 likes. It's actually just showing 7 likes for me. But I tell you guys, like, if I switch over to the Kick dashboard, like, Kick has it so much better. Dashboard. Oh, and there we go. Like, and now I'm unmuted. That's the weird thing about Kick, though. Like, I had it up, but being that I wasn't active on the page, it was like, oh, we're gonna keep chatting. But like Kick and Twitch, like they just have such better tools from the live streaming kind of dashboard and stuff like that. YouTube, not so much. And it's like every year we're like, well, what's gonna happen? And it's and when they do like roll out things like gifted memberships and stuff like that, which that they have technically, but it's still awkward. It's still a weird system. But we saw the Blitz Lancer already played, so I do think that we're gonna probably maybe see some more gameplay, or who knows? Because they also, with the updates, like how they're breaking them up, having them different zones, etc. Let's see here, and the music in this game, I tell you, excited. Excellent. All right, so that's rocking and rolling. You need to see if they implemented Kick or Stalal custom setup to stream from one of the studios. I don't follow Mike. What are you talking about, dude? So what are you guys playing right now? I'm just kind of generally curious. I've been really enjoying Baldur's Gate 3, and it's awesome to see so many people also enjoying Baldur's Gate 3. Or still a custom setup to stream to one of the studios. Street Fighter 6, heck to the yes. Heck to the yes. Are you excited also about Mortal Kombat 1? I'm just curious. Is this muted? Oh, I did have the site muted. There we go.
アバリティは歪みの存在。そこにいるだけで時空を狂わせます。この歪みを正せるのはエリンズ様。
Yeah, dude. I love fighting games. I grew up like that was Street Fighter, and like I wasn't allowed to play Mortal Kombat like when I was younger, but like that was dude, go to the arcades as well. Soul Edge, that which became Soul Calibur, like absolutely just like. And it's like, and then I there's a part of me that's always like, man, I wish I made more time to play these games. I love fighting games. I've been doing some fighting games like Smash Brothers with the kids, which has been nice. That's been nice. I haven't been keeping up with all the updates on Mortal Kombat 1, but I'm excited. Dude, yes. We actually bought Soul Calibur 2 with Link and also on Xbox. So we had it on both platforms, and we played the heck out of it. Yay! I'm just gonna lower their volume a little bit. Yes. Smash is pretty great too. Oh yeah. Smash is pretty great. Oh, the Palliated. You haven't even loaded it up, but it is installed. Nice. I went and bought Star Citizen just out of a sense of morbid curiosity. And I've got it installed. I just haven't played it yet. So for those of you who are just kind of curious, they're going around doing their introductions, introducing themselves as their usual. I am noticing their shirts right off the bat. So they got some new shirts, some new merch. All right, so they've asked everybody, what do y'all think of the new shirts? And now they're going to go into their not translation. They're going to go into their definition of what is Blue Protocol for any new viewers out there. So while they go through what is Blue Protocol for the Japanese crowd, Blue Protocol is an upcoming MMO action RPG set in a persistent online world that is actually broken up by various different quote-unquote channels. So you're going to enter into a serverless system, which I'm absolutely thrilled about. The anime style and graphic style, I think, is absolutely just stunning and gorgeous. And one of the things that's really unique about this game is that they've been putting out updates every month alongside these updates in these communications. So, heck to the yes. New hair as well. Oh, yes. So, Blue Protocol is free to play. and there is a gacha system that has just mounts and cosmetics in it. But at the sound of any form of gacha system, people tend to get a little bit nervous, but it has nothing to do with power in that case. However, there are other ways to monetize, such as a battle pass and so much more. But I think that gets everybody hopefully up to speed on this game. It is going to be published by Amazon here for the global version sometime in 2024. I'm going to guess sometime in February or March 2024, but we'll have to wait and see. And it's coming to Xbox, PS5, PC with we're all thinking crossplay because that's what they said they were working on, but it is not yet out on PS5 in Japan. And I do wonder if we will get a PS5 announcement for the Japanese market, or what their plan is for consoles for the Japanese market. And they were also they've ended their screenshot contest last month. And they haven't yet picked the screenshots, I guess, to win. So, or at least they've picked 2. They've trimmed it down to 10. Excuse me. They've trimmed it down to 10 screenshots. All right, so here is our layout for today. Player data and player feedback, the August 16th update, and various different events, and then announcements. Also, wow, thank you guys for the 10 likes on the stream. I just looked. The last live update stream that we had got 46 likes, even after it was published. So obviously, I don't think that was in real time. But I was thinking, I don't know if we can get to 30 likes on the stream today, but that would be phenomenal. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, I think crossplay is absolutely necessary. So if that's what technically held back the global release, then I think that was the absolute right call, despite the fact that it sucks having to wait. Like, let's acknowledge that it still sucks that it was delayed. But if it was delayed for a reason that brings the community together tenfold, then I think in the long-term health of the game, that works out so much better. There can be a way of doing that while the game's live, but I think when we've seen everybody do that while it's live, it does present its own challenges. Bringing out the alt accounts. Oh, Mike, thank you. So they're looking like they're going to update some bugs, fixes here. This is something related to how either the tooltip or how it was functioning or how it was communicating what they did, that they would obviously work on chest. So 10 dropped up, G2 are going out for everybody, kind of as an apology, as well as the, whether it's the, obviously fixing the bug. And then they're also updating the advanced boards, letting your max boards go from 8 to 10. Selected boards shown will be now at the top. This doesn't necessarily impact us global players yet. I think this is just meaning that we're going to see these adjustments, I feel, will all be in day 1 for the global release right here. Snow Kid says they want to become a demon lord. Good luck. Yes. Oh, dude. The best thing about being a comic is we laugh a lot. There's a lot of laughter. And they're going to move the completed boards to their own separate tab. So this should all be as a part of the August update on the 16th. So that's not much longer from now. So the feedback was that it basically was hard to find specific boards that you were looking for, and this should ultimately help clean that up, make it easier to use. So a couple of notes here. They say the gacha items from the gacha tickets cannot be sent. So we'll see if we get any more clarification on that. Gathering while mounted. So I think for the August 18th update, increased beta skill drop rates. It's all what's being included in the August update here. So it looks like they're saying the advanced survey is going up to 5.8 and the additional survey is 2.9. Not on the ranked mines. More class balancing on the way. Yes, Inspired. Inspired says gathering while mounted should be interesting to see how that works. Yes. And those ranks that they have listed here are only going to be if you don't have any beta skills on any of the 4 that you have equipped. All right, so now that we're going to dive into class balancing, starting off with the fighter changes. It's like, is that HP going up by 30%? Looking at their various different skills. Basic attack, increased aggro, shield save is going from 10 to 20%. Shield gauge, 100 to 30%. To 100 to 130%. 30% boost. And it now recovers after 2 seconds instead of 5 seconds. So they are boosting this thing up. And the recovery start time after the shield break is going from 15 to 12 seconds. Counter slash has been increased by 50% increase on that. And the aggro has been increased by on counter slash. Browbeat's cooldown has been reduced. It's also increased aggro. So for the fighter, it looks like we're getting big aggro increases, as well as reducing the amount of time you have to wait between these various skills, thus outputting more damage, outputting more hate, having the enemies focus in on, obviously, the fighter. Yeah, everything's getting buffed in terms of its aggro percentage and cooldown and ready reduction costs. It looks like across the board. And they're just also reassuring everybody that the changes aren't going to end here. They're still always pulling in that feedback and making these kind of changes. It's early. Need more coffee. All right, now on to the Twin Striker. Ignition G1 to G2 is going from is increasing by 10%. G3 is going from 15 to 30%. And G3 Beta is going from 150 to 200%. Vortex Impact is going to be 1.1x damage on the last hit. So a 10% increase on the last hit. All right, that's it for the Striker. Now on to the Archer. So for the Archer, their third hit is going to get a 20% buff. And dodge attack is going to looks like it's going to get a multiplier of 1.2, which is 20%. Sweet. All right. Inspired says, as the Twin Striker main, this seems decent. That's fantastic. Twin Flash is going to reduce the cooldown, increase the buff uptime. Stampede Arrow is reducing the cooldown. Yeah, that's awesome. I like when I don't like dots that refresh like you have to keep refreshing. That's one of the things that whenever they took the Bard in 14 to having kind of that 30-second as opposed to the 18, I was like, it was so much more enjoyable. It's like, oh, cool. Like every 30 seconds, I just need to make sure my dots are up. I wonder if we'll get a dot class in this game or more like, in 14 as a part of the new mage. Increase the poison duration and damage, mortal gravity. It's going to be 2x, and the cooldown's reduced down to 170 seconds. All right, now on to the Spellcaster. Icicle is too OP. Here's our nerfs, baby. Stagger has been reduced for Icicle. Blizzard does not use EP under 40 EP. Oh, but the AoE damage is now going to be 1.7 times, so 70%. That sounds insane. Let's see here. It lasts 10 seconds now, and they've increased its AoE size. That's awesome. So while the stagger has been reduced, they've overall increased its in a way effectiveness. All right. For Fire Blast, the charge time has been reduced. There we go. And it looks like it's going to just cost 10 EP. Flame Grenade quick charge duration has increased. And it costs 5 EP. And Thundermine, the increased has been, for the burst has been increased. And then now to the Heavy Smasher. Dust Vortex was used so much. Yeah, it seems like that way, Inspired. And rather, Rock Body was too strong. So it looks like we're getting some... looks more nerfy than what the Spellcaster. Spellcaster felt like one slight nerf and everything else just got boosted up. The Rock Body reduced the HP shield, it looks like, from 30 to 25%, depending on its grade. And then you can see here grade 3 and beta is from 60 to 30, and then grade 3 alpha 90 to 40. Anchor Dive, they have reduced the cooldown, looks like from 15 to 11 seconds. Now they're going into kind of the reason why, obviously for the adjustments, which summarizes is that, looking at the data, looking at the player feedback, you always want to be kind of touching the balance. There's never perfect balance. There'll never be perfect balance, but what you don't want to have happen is you don't want gamers to sit here and say, well, they're just not going to change it, because then everybody kind of gets set into stone. If you establish that you're always looking at the data and things are going to adjust, it helps people understand that there's a pattern, and so that when a nerf does happen to your favorite class, you don't feel singled out and targeted. It ends up feeling like, well, maybe, who knows what will happen next time, because you always want to look at these things. So again, yeah, if you let it just kind of set for a long time, it can get very, very dull, but it does suck having nerfs no matter what, if it's your favorite class, but, yeah. That is the class balance updates coming out on the 16th. Thank you guys for the 19 likes. The challenge was for 30. I don't know if we'll be able to get there on today's live stream, but thank you guys so much for the support and for the 19 likes and for just being here. Appreciate all y'all. All right, more changes coming with the 16th. Or, yeah. Adventure board improvements. Oh, yeah, never mind. Future updates for October. Yeah, that's what I was like. I'm seeing 1023 here. And then I was like, wait a minute. The advanced board retroactively counting progress is going to be as a part of October. Mount performance improvements is going to be included in October. So it's interesting they're talking about October and not the September update, but it is. These are, I think, some items they probably are hot button items people are doing feedback. Open party system improvements will be coming as well. Max range to not party with people across the map. And you can also be able to see who actually has the auto party system on. It's interesting. Like, I always like the idea of auto party. Like, just make it easy, natural, just have it happen organically as, people team up in the game. Oh, we're gonna fight this big old monster. Oh, now we're just magically in a group. We don't have to stop, form group. No. Just let the game handle it. But yeah, in this case, you opt into it. As well as adding in party vote kick, which is probably a nice tool. It's like, wait a minute. They're going to add in easier ways to get clothing dyes, which I think will be very important for the fashion-driven players out there. Let me know if you're one of those fashion-driven players. I am not. I'm not saying that you're wrong at all. It's just not the fashion end game has never been my driving force behind any of these games, but I can understand that it is important for people. So anytime I see new clothing and hairstyle dyes and this and that, I'm like, there's gonna be a lot of people excited about that.
通信とかそういうところで配りやすくしたり、ゲーム内の、入手がしやすさ、ゲーム内配布とかを増やしたりっていうところを、やるための、準備の方。
Yeah, so they're doing this to stop abuse of people using this for the Blue Protocol points, BPP in this case. So they're going to give out dies that can't be exchanged for BPP. They're going to add in some other beauty salon tickets as well. For example, if you only want to change your hair or only your makeup, etc.
こういう形っていうのはまだ、具体的にゲームの状態ではないんですけれども、バトルの幅を広げるために、採用を、検討しております。で、関してはおそらく方向性は決められるとは思うので、はい、その辺はまた、具体的にお話しできる状態になりましたら、お知らせの方を、行っていただければと思います。はい。はい、というわけで、本日お伝えするフィードバック内容としては以上となります。本日お伝えした内容やまた運営を続けていく中で追加されていく内容も出てきますので、フィードバックの内容は、あるたびに、ね、ブルプロ通信の時に、時期が決定したよとか、本日お伝えしたところの、時期が決定したとか、新しい内容が出てきたよという場合には、お伝えをさせていただきます。引き続き、対応を行ってまいりますので
It's Fire says, coming in October, Yoshi P's voice. Please look forward to it. Also coming in October, Final Fantasy 14 to the Xbox after 10 long years. So that's it for the player data feedback. August roadmap update. Obviously, the new class Blitz Lancer. I think that's going to be exciting for a lot of people. Ballroom of the Water Fairy. For the survey, the advanced survey, or I'm thinking dungeon. Chain 1's spawnery. Oh, Kingdom, you were 1,000% right. Like oh, dude, it is so important. And it's weird. It's weird that, and this is what I feel like Yoshi P did and established kind of this like, hey, let's just keep checking in with the players and let's talk to them and let's be honest about it. Because Yoshi P's like, yeah, we tried that. We thought about that. We ran into these problems. And it's like, the answer might be disappointing for some people. Like, oh, I've always wanted the game to do X. But at least you have an answer and you're not saying like, are they even hearing it? And so just having this acknowledgement, this constant check-in with the players and following it up with updates. They're not massive updates, but they don't need to be. It just needs to be like, hey, new class. Oh, hey, new zone next month. You know, it's just like, I feel very excited. Because it gives you that also reminder, because like we all like, it's important for us to take breaks and play other games, right? But them doing updates and stuff like that are always kind of that re-invitation to come back, be like, hey, I know you wanted that mount and gather system, right? I know that was your feedback. Hey, it's in the game now. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is great. And they were talking about mount gathering too, by the way. So now they're going to show stuff from the next update. So we're going to get some in-game stuff, baby. Hey, what's up, some lizard guy? Hello to you too. The Spear class Blitz Lancer is in August, so that's going to be, and the August update is the 16th. So now they're also going to have a Lancer growth campaign going on, login bonuses abound. So you came at the right time, Angel. Not only is it soon, but it's very soon, like next week soon. Mission XP boosts, stylish helms, spear weapons skins. The enemy XP up, liquid memory effect booster 10%, or has been boosted by 10%. Woohoo! That's awesome news. Isn't that the best? Like, I'm taking off work on September the 1st because that's going to go also into a long weekend, but I'm going to be playing Starfield. So it's like I get a long weekend with Labor Day and all that stuff. So that's like, let's go, man. So I love when that aligns. It always bums me out when it's like, hey, this big update to this game that you were excited about is this other week, and if you came a week earlier, you were naturally going to be off for 4 days. And it's like, no. So I'm glad it's working out for you. Is it safer to do the English Blue mod protocol? I don't know, namely because my account keeps getting slammed. So I've tried a few things, but with Baldur's Gate 3 out right now and like Starfield out right now, I think I'm probably just going to be regulated to be on the global. I even got copyright striked on this channel by Bandai for my guide that in the video it showcased their website. So they use that to lean into copyright. Yes, it was fair use. No, I don't think it's worth my time to fight it. But they send a very loud and clear message. Stop helping people get into the Japanese version. So if I was able to help you get into the Japanese version, fantastic. That video has been yeeted out of the internet. They hit me pretty hard for that. That's my first strike in this hobby of making YouTube videos for you guys. I think it's an abuse of the system, but I think that they are I think their hands are tied. I think contracts and laws, I think that's where it's just like, dude, we just can't let these, this guy in Texas, get us into bigger, deeper, hotter water that we probably can't understand. Yeah, but I was like, ooh, so that expires here in about 2 months. I think it's like 90 days. I think it's been on my account maybe for 45 now. I'm just like, every time I log into the dashboard, I'm like, what if 3? Okay, be very careful. Yeah, so I would, the mods themselves, if for some reason after this fall, I get some more bandwidth, I might try it, but I'm thinking more at this point, let's go freaking global, baby. It's gonna be so much more fun. But I'm still covered. I still tell me everything that's happening, what's going on. So yeah, here they're adding in more free rose orbs. Every week someone is gonna get something cool. So people who clear the condition can win a black land fox mount. So they've got so many of these little campaigns. This feels very PSO2 in its nature with hey, log in and do these things and you get cool things. Yeah, Korean version requires ID. I was able to play the Japanese version. I did the VPN. I set my PC over there. I don't know if I got reported because I was streaming it, but it is what it is. Who knows? But I've heard that the best solution is to have a second PC that acts as your VPN PC, so that way you keep your VPN off of your main PC, and then that way it just ends up looking a lot cleaner. But people have been able to play and still continue to play without being caught, which is great, and I'm very happy for that. Yeah, and there's also the game's also launching in another in Korea pretty soon, I believe. Yeah, and who knows? You're right. That's a good point. The Korean version might be just fine. They do require an ID, but you can buy those. So I have a Lost Ark account a Korean Lost Ark account that I used, and I played the Lost Ark for a while before it came over to the West. And yeah, you just can go out to a site. Now, when they were doing the Throne and Liberty beta, I did not purchase anything because that was just for a beta, and I didn't want to go to my wife and say, hey, can I spend, I think it was like $150, $200 so I can play this beta for this weekend. It's like no, Brian, like that's a little extreme. So adding in new face paint options and expressions, hair dyes and things like that. So this is talking about like how with the style salon you can do stuff that's just for like your makeup or your hair and things like that. This is such a phenomenally beautiful game. Like the art style and the world, like I love playing it, and I cannot wait to play it more. And the nice thing about when we go global, and I know we got some Japanese players in here right now, which is great. Thank you guys so much for being here. Howdy from Texas. I don't know if you're in Japan, but we'll just say that you are regardless. Like it'll be so much easier that when it is global, that, as a part of that, if you guys are a part of the Discord community, then it's like, yeah, all right, we can sit down and play some Blue Protocol. I've been doing my streams on Sunday night, kind of afternoons for a couple of weeks now, and that seems to be kind of a really good time to kick back and play some games. So hopefully that ends up working out. But as I continue to lose my weight, which if you guys haven't been following that journey, I am losing weight, and my goal is to officially lose 100 pounds and put me under 210. Started the journey at 310. I'm not 310. Yay. And so we're making progress, man, and it's good. And so once I'm able to sit back and actually get to my normal set point weight and I'm not so heavy, we'll have a little bit more time to play games, because I gotta invest that time in making sure that I'm taking care of my body, so my kids can hopefully have their dad for years and decades to come, hopefully. New items being added, and they finally can also match. They're saying finally can also match with Fest. Oh, check it out. These are going to be. That's a great freaking hat. I love the art style, man. It's freaking phenomenal. Thank you. These guds. Like, I feel so good. Part of that also is I fixed a medical issue I was having with some hormones, and I got that resolved, and now I feel like I'm 20 years old. So it's amazing. So I'm very happy. Apparently I've been suffering for 10 years. It's been a journey. This isn't the One Piece hat. Ponytail extension, sunglasses. Looks like 100 rose orbs each. Lots of accessories. Oh, dude, Inspired, I 100% agree. Inspired says, Blue Protocol is a really easy game to get into, and it really does have some nice ways to encourage players to do things with others. That's, it doesn't mean that you have to be forced multiplayer, but incentivize multiplayer and kind of removing roadblocks are really good, because that's what we want, man. We want to play together. See, and that's the thing, Angel, like when it comes down to it, I think it's going to be so exciting and so much easier. Plus Twitch drops so much. We're gonna be that launch. I think that launch I'm gonna have to take some time off work. I think I'm gonna have to, like, whatever that day is, I'm gonna have to take a couple days and be like, let's freaking go, baby. Aviator glasses are nice. I should have the Twitch link as well. I'm not on Twitch right now. Twitter, follow. Yep. If you guys aren't following over on Twitch, whenever they do drop campaigns and things like that, be sure to be following. Links in the description. So Gotcha is a part of the maid outfit, butler outfit. You can see the female versions here. Man, dude, this looks so good. I will continue to fight, though, that I think that any system that is kind of that gotcha gambling random mechanics should automatically be an M-rated game. If you spend money and with the chance of getting something and the chance of not getting the thing that you're after, I think that should just warrant the M rating in my book. I think that solves so many problems. But I know people don't want that because these systems make so much money. Because, like, thankfully, I'm a well-adjusted adult with a budget. You know, like, I have a little bit of a gaming budget every month. And if I want to throw all of it into a gacha system, like, that's my choice. And that's fine. But if I go over, my wife's going to talk to me. Like, what the heck did you do? So it's always good with, especially with video games and budgets, to have, even if you're not married, just to have somebody, you know, to hold you accountable, because it's so easy. I see so many people. I mean, I made so many bad decisions with money when I was young, and it's like, oh my gosh. Oh, you can see the butler costume right here in action, the black made weapon skin. That looks phenomenal. That looks phenomenal. And we're at 24 likes. If we can get 6 more likes, that hits our live stream goal for today. The last stream after the VOD and everything ended at 46. So I'm wondering to see if we can't, like, just find fun challenges. And yeah, I don't know. Hopefully you guys like the call to action. Try to find ways to make it fun. It's always like, all right. It helps out so much, but it still feels like such YouTube BS to ask for. But it works because you guys boosted it to 27. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, these weapon skins are phenomenal. Like, holy crap, man. I'm not a fashion guy, and it will be wild if this game makes me a fashion guy. You know? Like, maybe it's just been the art, the aesthetic the whole time. I don't know. All right. The Piglet Gotcha. Oh, dude, the emotes, man. That's how they get me. I have an emote budget. I mean, it's part of my gaming budget, but I drop several emotes. I buy like every emote. Oh, a new emote. Sin says, I'm older now, so I have money. Gacha systems sucked when I was young because everything was so expensive. Well, when they got rid of the loot box, or when there was such a pushback, loot boxes kind of coming back. When people push back against the loot box, everybody's like, oh, wait, the skin costs $30? And it's like, yeah, because it always costs $30. Some people spent less than 30. Some people spent more than 30. But the average of the randomness of it is 30. Like, these things have been, you know, price friendly, 99-cent pools and stuff like that. But that just keeps going up too. Oh, is this a new emote? Oh, Heartbeam 30 pulls emote. It's $100 Jester, baby. I think this is just the kind of the pity system. What you get as you do your pulls. I played a little Tower of Fantasy. I need to, like, I know I should probably check back in with it from time to time. I'm just loving Baldur's Gate 3 right now. I don't know if you've had the opportunity, but it's something special. You just kind of feel it. Every, like, step in the game has been special. Yeah. Eek is right. They up that. Lots of pulls, baby. Oh, that's a really good point. From a global perspective, it's like Okay, here's stuff that's coming. So if you were like, oh, at launch, you're like, oh, if it's not in launch, then later. Some more Blue Protocol points store here. You can see some hats and tails.
次に8月16日からシーズンパスのシーズン2が開始となりますので、シーズン2の商品ラインナップについても
Some hats and a monocle.
シーズン2のバトルイマジンは
Season 2's lineup. So they have the updates, and a season essentially is like, it looks, I think it was 3 months or 4 months or something like that, but yeah, I think 4 months for kind of the bigger thing. So it's 4 updates that constitutes the season. So season 2 lineup, I think, kicks off in October. Battle images, the pass is, oh, no, sorry, it's the battle pass pass.
次にですね、優勝アルファがあればというところで優勝パスを最大ランクまで上げていただけるとクラフト可能なバトルイマジンジェイクデータ。
Jake's alpha has a jump attack swing that increases his aggro. Jake beta does a helm splitter and increases aggro.
主要 NPC のバトルイマジンともなりますので、実機でお見せしたいなと思いつつ、性能などをご紹介しつつ、本日、
Oh, Spire says 12,000 BPP is totally unreasonable. You have to spend a lot to get that number of points. Yeah, I wonder if the next update's like, that's why when it comes to these kind of systems, these kind of economies, because you gotta, if you break everything down to an economy, if people don't buy, the price, you know, like, and they also, I think, put out these prices to help incentivize different sales. So it's like, yeah, 1,200, that's so unreasonable. But the minute they come out and say 8,000, hey, for this, you know, we're doing a special holiday sale and we're going to lower that to 8,000, all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, hello? Because you instantly, set the value to 1,200, right? 12,000. And then as soon as that comes down, then all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's 12,000 value here, but I get an opportunity. And so it helps create those moments where, so if you can't afford the 12, like, yeah, just wait. Like that's kind of how those systems work. Maybe it's just based off of how we've got the stream and, set up. There he is. Yeah, the ponytail, you're right. Like the anime, and again, it could just be due to the stream. It could have a smoother animation when it's like you're actually running the game. Oh yeah, I mean, I think we all have to thank Destiny for doing it so well. But at some point, you get people pissed off. But Destiny players, I am one of them, are addicts. If we're going to be honest with ourselves. Some lizard guy says gacha games have done their psychological homework, and I read that, and that's what we talked about Destiny for a minute. And yeah, I need more coffee. Oh, and thank you guys. We did it. We hit our like goal for the stream. 30 likes. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. And the mobs are invincible during this test that they're showing us. Also, and no pressure to do so, if you guys use Twitter or X or whatever the hell it's called, give me a follow over there. Actually, I'm producing exclusive content on Twitter, and that's going to be inspired by a lot of y'all's questions and stuff like that. So that actually kicks off today. I posted some videos. I actually went viral last week, and I fundamentally changed how I view Twitter as a platform. So anyway, if you guys use the platform, follow me on it. I appreciate that. And yeah, you're gonna see some. I've been using Twitter to post videos, which has been a lot of fun. So having the same skill always gets annoying. I don't mind doing it if I'm tired and lazy, but generally, like, I want to be able to have a little bit more engaging experience. Yeah, I think, Sean, everything that we're seeing with the question mark of Blitz Lancer should be in the game at launch, outside of content and story, because the one thing that they're going to want to do is deliver the excitement of updates coming every month. But because there is that delay, I think we will see some natural input. Now, I don't think the game's out in Korea yet, but I could be mistaken. That could also give us some insight. So let's say the game launches in Korea in October, and again, I'm just making up all of this dates in my mind right now. If it launches with Blitz Lancer, that could tell you, like, yeah, they've got that accelerated pace to keep everything in line. However, if it doesn't, it could say, yeah, but that means that you could almost look at what we're looking at right now as our roadmap. So that when people are like, hey, when's Blitz Lancer coming? Let's say the game launches in March 2024. Well, I could say May 2024. May 2024, because that's the roadmap. That's what we've already seen them do, and we've seen them hit their targets and hit their goals. So we know that when they say they're going to have something come out, it comes out, and that it builds a level of trust, and then it also builds that excitement. So with the question of the big contents like the story and the zones and the classes, I could still see those rolling out on the schedule. But with the balance updates, honestly, with like the items in the stores and stuff like that, I could see them being in, but maybe they do a rotator or something like that. Obviously, the season store would make sense that if it's not the season, then why not? The other thing is that, especially if this game launches over the summer, it's possible that, like, the events obviously we're not going to see the summer event, in April. They're probably going to say, hey, that's going to be in the summer. Yes, that's going to be a real interesting sign if that's the case. Because then if they shoot for parity and getting the global market up to speed as to what the Japanese market is, they shoot for that level of parity, then you start to wonder, like, will they actually connect them in terms of, like, playthrough? I don't know. Will we see an SEA region supported? I believe so, but no official announcements on that. That's just my, professional speculation. So if you have not completed the season pass, be sure to do so before this August is up, or the August update rolls out on the 16th. So that way you can move on to season 2.
というところで、次が、8月16日から開始となりますマンスリーイベント失われた壁画の、アドベンチャーボードやクエストの攻略、エネミーの討伐によって入手できる古代壁画のピースというものを集めていただくことで記念品交換所で交換できる
Tails, summer hats, classics, etc. Monthly event. That's the GC store that they just showed off.
こちらイベントキャンペーンのところでも一部お話をしましたが、このイベントでの古代壁画のピースを集めていただきますと、スタイリッシュシリーズ衣装のアーマーボトムプリント交換 の青いやつが、ランサーの紹介サイトとかで来ている衣装という形となっております。ですので、もうこのイベントのアドベンチャーボードとか、クエストを攻略していただくと、ほぼ一式揃うと。あとはログイン2日目で頭が揃うという形になりますので、スタイリッシュ衣装をこれでいただければ
Oh,
ます。
welcome,
の耳やフェイス、尻尾といった
Ryoni.
とか、次のページですね、ブリッツランサーのスキル強化が可能なプラグが入ったランダムボックスとか、G2 系のプラグが交換で入手できるといったイベントとなっております。はい、着用したイメージではこのような形となります。
Collect the ancient mural currency and get some outfits. Good stuff in the shop for outfits, etc.
下のね、はい、フォトを入ったといったところになっています。はい、ではですね、マンスリーイベントの失われた壁画につきまして、
And that's the event currency. So lots of currencies, lots of things to collect and go after.
まあ、今回のマンスリーイベントはですね、ちょっとコメントもね、結構、今の夏のイベントのことを言われてると思うので、
まあ、夏イベントから今回のイベントに関して、なんだろう、ピースを集めるっていう部分に関しては基本的には変わりはありませんっていうのがちょっと、まあ、前回の今回なので、ちょっと機能面含めてさすがにちょっと修正が間に合わないので、ちょっとなんとかしたいなとは思いつつ、修正の方は間に合っておりません。ただ、全体的にちょっと数字の部分だったりっていう部分は
Pretty much the same as the current summer event. They didn't really have time to do anything new this time around. What's my main MMO right now? I would like. I'd still say that New World's my main MMO right now, despite really not playing it. And it's not because I don't want to play it, but good night, Baldur's Gate 3 is just that good. Good night. I know Starfield's going to take up some time. So I'm just trying to find a lot of time. So I played in Stream New World this last week. Or no, Baldur's Gate 3 was this last Sunday. Last week was I played some New World with everybody. And it's just like when it comes down to it, my main MMO is the life MMO, trying to lose this belly as healthily and safely as possible, and it's happening. I feel very, very hopeful, very confident in my progress. But I've dabbled in Diablo a little bit, but I hadn't finished the game. It just comes down to if I'm gonna. Most of my game time ends up being in Smash Brothers with the kids, or Mario Odyssey with the kids, or Mario Builders with the kids. Like that's really where my game time goes right now. And then I've been since Baldur's Gate 3 came out, like every possible second that I can play, I'm playing that. And that's not an MMO, but it's so good. And I was never allowed to play D&D as a kid. I was banned from that. So it's as an adult now, I'm like, still I feel like I'm playing catch up, but it's just really impressive. And the controller support on it too is phenomenal. But I said, and I announced that I was going to play some. I will be returning to Final Fantasy 14, but I'm going to play 14 as Yoshi P has kind of established the game. So I'm probably going to play 14 in the same way that I played Destiny 2, which is kind of like heavily around the story and just making sure I'm having fun. And if I'm not having fun, I take a break. But before I can do that, I have to lose the 100 pounds. So my weight has to come off, and that's the most critical aspect of it. So hopefully that makes sense. Like when I'm sitting here, like not drinking alcohol, not eating sugar, and still gaining weight, and it's like, okay, there's something we got to correct this direction. Oh, dude, it's gonna be wild when it comes down to like game of the year, because I still haven't finished 16 yet, but I've really enjoyed Final Fantasy 16. But it really does feel like it's a Final Fantasy 14 story. We've taken away the online component. Like, okay, got it. But I really like the story, love the characters, and I'm enjoying that playthrough of the game so far. That all being said, though, like I was like, yeah, man, this is Yoshi P's team. They're firing all cylinders. I think they delivered a great game. I think it's unfortunate that it's just PS5. If it came to PS5 and PC, I think overall reception around the game would be much more enjoyable. Just the fact that you can only play on PS5, I think, is soured, understandably. Like, it's, imagine if you were going to be like somebody who's like, hey, why don't you, you want to come see Endgame for the Avengers Endgame? Oh, you need to make your way to Waco, Texas. We're only gonna put it in this theater. So for everybody in Texas, it's really not a problem. But for the rest of the country, you need to figure it out, or you have to avoid the internet for spoilers, right? There's a huge risk, and it's like it is what it is, right? But we'll see that get corrected next year, and I think that will be really great for people to finally experience 16. That all being said, is that after playing Baldur's Gate 3, it's like there's no way that, in my mind, 16 can hold up in terms of the game of year contention. I think some of the points that people ding against 16 were that PS5 exclusivity, but that's just console war stuff. However, I feel like we're seeing a very confident Microsoft in Starfield. And what's going to be really cool to see is that, how does Starfield stack up? And the beautiful thing about Starfield is, outside of the PlayStation, which I would love for it to come to PlayStation, it's on PC, so that it gives people more opportunity, and cloud. And all PlayStation needs to do is open up their system to allow cloud streaming. Microsoft allows cloud streaming to their box, so that would be really kick-ass. All right, buffs, debuffs, red, blue, yellow. Enemy yellow, enemy move speed down. Red, enemy damage taken up. So they're doing some color coding to the looks like the debuffs. And maybe this is just for the Blue Lancer. So yeah, you have the crest system, so it's going to give you that. Blue is enemy deals less damage. So red is they take more damage. Blue, they deal less damage. Yellow, enemy move speed is down. AoE explosion when you apply all three of these seals. So they're kind of going through some of the strategy of the Blitz Lancer for big damage, they say. Oh man, and Armored Core 6, that comes out here in a couple weeks, right? Or yeah, that's like another FromSoft game. Like, whoo boy. Wayfinder comes out here next week. They're saying that the skills are quite complex, so they can't really go into that much detail here on the stream. But again, the class will be playable next week.
本日はですね、ランサーが、ブリッツランサーがパーティーに加わったらどんな感じになるのかというところがなんとなく皆様に分かるようにですね、私たち出演者3人は全員ランサー、カンストしたランサーを使います。他、運営開発チームはヘビースマッシュ
So they're saying they're all playing Lancer right now. So they're going to show how it might look.
すでにこの上級調査、神がかりの柱はプレイされている方も多いかなと思いますので、普段プレイされている状況にランサーが入るとこんな感じになるよということがちょっとわかるかなと思っています。で、先ほど、お伝えした8月16日アップデートの、各クラスの、調整も入ったものとなっておりますので、イージスファイターとかヘビースマッシャーとかブラスターアーチャーの、各スキルの効果も変わったと。
Thanks for hanging out, Angel. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. It's almost time for more coffee.
ありましたら、ちょっと早すぎませんでした。はい、説明してる最中に、ちょっとコメント等、いただければ、他のメンバーがちょっと内容確認して、こちらで、後ほど、プレイ後に、ご回答できるように、
Yeah. So in summary, August the 16th, you're going to get all the job adjustments. You're going to get the store stuff they covered. You're going to get the Blitz Lancer. And then season 2, I think, kicks off. And then let them know if you have any feedback, comments, etc. about the new Blitz Lancer class. Battle Arena. I think you might on the source stream. It's when they start covering like costs and mechanics. Who knows? And it could also be bots. I know I get, like, it just for me. I just don't. I just can't worry about that. It's weird. Also, when people receive information, like generally, like you think you always go back to the curve of acceptance, right? Where it's like initially when you hear about a change, you don't like the change. And then eventually you think about the change and you're like, all right, maybe it's not so bad. And then you're like, oh, maybe I actually going to like this. And then you're like, oh, I like this. And then they make a change. So it's the curve of acceptance. People hitting dislike on a video. The only thing that bothers me is when people report my channels and stuff and they're like, oh, we got to get this. We got to stop him from making content. It's like if y'all have that kind of time that's what you want to dedicate to trying to get me to stop, like, good luck, because I love making content. I love video games. When I talk about it, it's your energy. It's your time to waste. So, who knows? Like anybody's reasons are their reasons, but yeah, it's always interesting to see because like I have detected themes in terms of like what videos and stuff like that people tend not to like from me. And it's like, all right, I'm still going to talk about it because I still like it. Yes. Watching devs play their own game, it's insightful, but it's always fun because it's like, yeah, that's what it's about, man. Like, we built this. We made this. And, Well, I mean, the reason is because they're not truly hidden. I still see my like to dislike ratio all the time, So everybody gets a vote, and but the thing is that dislikes are just straight and I think still counted as engagement. So even getting somebody to dislike a video doesn't mean that it's like, oh, it gets suppressed, etc. So and it could also just be like, there are like bot farms. And so, as a part of them not getting detected, they could always just try to have that presence of, real online activity, liking and disliking things, etc. Who knows? So many theories I have, no real answers. Yeah, Spear looks like a lot of fun. Like that downward thrust. Look at that chain, baby. Yeah, they're 104%, 105%. It's just flying out, dude. That's so fun. I love these kind of systems in games. Oh, the chain got reset. Battle arena clear.
つけづらい刻印があるんで、それを共同でやると早いって感じですね。そうですね。ああ、いかん。箱壊そうと思ったら敵の方にしました。
Oh, welcome in, I think, Julian.
こうやって移動中とかに仕込んでおくとすぐ。あ、僕の画面じゃない。
そうなんですよ。
こうやって刻印いっぱいついてるところに発動を持ってくると。
まあ、重なってもいいんで、
はい。
もうとにかくいっぱいつけて、
そうです。重なっても、刻印の時間が、上書きされるだけではあるので。
Just like watching that chain go up higher and higher and higher. I love seeing kind of the group play with all the enemies and stuff like that. Like it's like that just looks absolutely fun. Throwing that spear. Looks like the chain got cooled down. Now it's back up. Oh yeah. I've seen it into the 600s if I remember correctly, so I think they're gonna get 700 on this one. Let's go, let's go. Yeah, 7. $700. It's in the 8, like 8%. There's no 800. Oh my gosh, keep going, keep going. 999. Get the 9. Yes. Oh, 906. There he goes. Dungeon cleared. Yep, you see some of the costumes and cosmetics they were showing off. There's the maid outfit.
質問いただきましてありがとうございます。
All right.
プレイをしていた間にいただいた質問は
Well, y'all blown past the live stream goal of 30 likes to 37. Thank you. Thank you so much for that.
それを見るためのパソコンが横にあってので、福崎さん大丈夫ですか？
はい、大丈夫です。
はい。
じゃあ一つ目からいきましょう。
はい。
ブリッツランサーに回復スキルはありますか？
回復スキルは、ありません。
まあ、バフ
ありませんで終わっちゃいますけど、
Does Blitz Lancer have healing skills? And they say, no. Nope, none, nada, zip, zilch. It just buffs.
マークトリガーっていうバフ効果をがここでね、デバフですね、刻印の発動時の効果を強化するマークトリガーっていうバフがあるんですけども、それマークトリガーアルファが、その状態で刻印発動すると発動対象にヒットポイントリーク状態、いわゆるヒートリーク状態をつけられるのでっていう、はい、逆にそれぐらいしかないはずですね。
はい、では次がランサーの共有スキル、はい、クラス共有アビリティですかね、正式名称でいうと、はい、これは
どれなり
ランサーの共有、アビリティは、アドレナリンとライズ&スピード、アドレナリンが、自身がエネミーから狙われているとき、被ダメージが減少する、はい、狙われている最中にダメージが減少するっていう、アビリティがアドレナリンで、もう一つがライズ&スピード、他のプレイヤーの救護に成功したときに、他のプレイヤーの移動速度が上昇した状態で、復活させることができる、はい、の2種が、ランサーの共有アビリティとなっています。
はい、では次がランサーの基本的な立ち回りは刻印を3種つけて爆発、発動を繰り返す感じっていう理解でいいですかみたいな。
その理解でいいです。基本的にそれが一番、火力が出るし、3種つけて爆発すると、ダメージボーナスもありますし、範囲攻撃なので、スマッシャーで集めたりとか、イーディスが、下げ引いて集めたりっていうの集まってる状態に対して、範囲攻撃なので、すごく刺さるので、かつ、DPS もそこが一番高くなるようになるので、基本的には、スキルとかを、スキルそれぞれに、刻印を発動させる技とこの刻印がつきますっていうのがいろいろあって、かつアルファとベータ、アルファだったらこの2種がついたりとか、そういうのがありますので、若干だから、パズル的なところもあると思うんですよね、はい、それで、どういう順番で3種入れて爆発させるかっていうのが、基本的には狙っていく流れとなります。
刻印3種ついてなくても発動はしちゃうので、はい、むしろこう3種つけてからやりたいけど他のランサーと連携取れてなかったら、さっき僕らも多分やってましたけど、1種ついてる時に爆発させちゃったりとかはやっぱありますよね。
そういうのはある、はい、ただ実際の刻印の爆発に対して変な話、インターバルは別にないんですよ。
そうですね、インターバル自体がないですね。
なのでモリモリつけていくのが、一番だから回転速度は上がるかなと思うんで、
どうしてもこいつには3つついてるけど、こっちには2つしかついてないみたいな状況もなったりするじゃないですか。そうで、範囲で参加させることが、参加っていうか範囲攻撃になることあるから、あんまり気にしなくてもいい気はしたね。
まとめているとなかなかね、この対象だけにこの刻印つけたりって、今のスキルのリキャストにも加わらないですね。
なので基本的には3種ついてたのを見つけたら発動させる意識だけ持っていれば、複数ランサーでも基本的には、効率的に回るはずです。刻印自体がつけるコード自体が被ること自体は
Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, that's how it is with any game. Whenever a new class drops, it's like you just see waves of people absolutely just like wrecking it.
ジャスト回避は
3種刻印がつく。
3種でしたっけ？
僕普通に3種だと理解してやってたんですけどそれ以外の効果ついてたらごめんなさい。3種、それ以外なんかついてたかな。3種ついてる。刻印3種つくと思って。
刻印が付与されます。はい、確か。はい。ただちょっと2種だったか3種だったかが今ちょっと俺もパッとつ
いて、強襲攻撃が赤の。
赤の。はい。
ちょっと色で言うと まあ、赤、青、緑ってあって、はい、その辺は、
All right.
これも3種じゃなかったらすごいごめんなさいなんで。
刻印を消費するスキルって早い者勝ちになってしまうんですか？
早い者勝ち
だから打つと発動するじゃない。そしたらその直後に打つと取ってない。
まあ
自分が一番ダメージ出したいから餌撒いといたのに刈り取られたみたいな話。
そうじゃなくてまあ、そうじゃなくてだと思うんだけど、その打っちゃうとさ、どうしても自分のスキル同時に打ってるから一番効率がいいのはやっぱりきちんとこう合っていくことだと思うんですけど、まあでもあんまり早いしね、スキル溜まるのが。
刻印をつける。
そう、3つ刻印をつける間にはもうスキル溜まってるから大体なんかそこまで意識しなくてもいいかったような気がしますけどね。
そうですね、ちょっと影響パラメータがどうだったのかちょっと今思い出せないので、
Okay.
ただ
Interesting.
発動させた技によってダメージに違いがあるのも結構近いとは思ってて、
なるほど。発動時の効果が変わるか。
いや、効果はまあ基本的に変わらない。
Oh, excuse me.
だからこの技で発動した時はダメージがこうだけど、この技で発動した時はダメージがこうですよっていうのがあると、だからこれがリキャストできているなんだろう、
You're still talking about Blitz Lancer. Usually at this time, I'm always like, hands-on just helps out way more. It's like telling me something. Okay, I get the concepts.
そうですね、はい。
刻印の継続時間は何秒ですか？あ、まあ、でもこれはさっきおっしゃってたやつですかね。
刻印継続は真面目に調べないと分からない。20秒です、刻印継続は。
なんでまあその間に。
So they're saying that the different your rotation in which that you put on these debuffs is going to be the most important.
スキルがありますか。スキルというかですね、なんだろう、バフですかね。バフをつけることによって、このスキルを使うときにスーパーアーマーつきますのが、
I apologize. This is going longer than I thought than they normally do, so they're just going into it. I'm just booting into my work PC real quick.
マークトリガーベータですかね。
そうですね。はい。
刻印発動時一定時間自身に、スーパーマークっていうのが効果があります。だからいや、トルネードスピンがスーパーマーですね。トルネードスピンっていうちょっとこれ一個も見せてない。トルネードスピンっていうのはこうなんか槍を頭の上で振り回して、自身を中心に竜巻を起こすスキルがあるんですけど、その技が、スーパーマーです。
何倍こんなとこですか、福崎さん。
そうですね。刻印はレゾナンスベータで拡散できますが、あれこれどっちだったかな。
ネガティブレゾナンス。
そうです。はい。で、ネガティブレゾナンスが通常が属性状態上ばらまきで、レゾナンスベータが、状態上のばらまきなんですけど、ごめんなさい、ちょっと不確かなんですけど、刻印の効果で入れてる、デバフは単純なデバフなので、あるんじゃないのかな。
はい。というところで、ツッコミが入りまして、僕の発言が間違っていたと。ジャスト回避では2種の刻印がつくという形ですね。なので、
And now they're going into details about the monthly event.
みんながつけてる
たり、自分がつけてて、多分他のスキルでつけたのか、
ここで答えるのがちょっと限
レゾナンスデータが状態上の拡散なので、デバフの拡散ではなかったはず。なので、つかないだと思うんですけど、ごめんなさい。
まあちょっと後でね、この辺フォローをなんとか入れるようにしましょう。はい。ということで、まあちょっと初めてのことでわたわたしてしまって申し訳なかったですけれども、以上ですかね。
はい、こんなとこですかね。
質問をいただいたのは大体以上になりました。
はい。
大丈夫でしょうか。
はい。
はい。というところで、以上8月16日のアップデートキャンペーンのご紹介となりました。ランサーの各種スキルとかは、メディアさんの記事とかで、詳しくご紹介いただく予定となっておりますので、そちらをお楽しみにという形となります。はい。それでは、本日最後となりますお知らせとなります。
はい。
はい、すみません。
All right, now we're into the announcements.
ブルプロ公認ディスコード、パワードバイ 4gamer.net が開設されました。今回ですね、
Blue Protocol Discord powered by 4Gamer.
サーバー運営を担当している
The official Discord.
公認ディスコードが8月1日から運用を開始しております。ブルプロ公認ディスコードでは、ブループロトコルのゲーム全般に関する雑談や、クラス、コンテンツ別の公約情報のやり取り、イラストや動画のアピールなど目的別のチャンネルを多数設けておりまして、プレイヤーの皆さんが交流して安心して楽しめるコミュニティを作りたいと考えております。ぜひ情報交換や交流活動の一助になればと思っております。またこのディスコードサーバーにて 4gamer さんと開発運営チームとの協力企画なども実施できたらと相談などしておりまして、今後のブルプロ公認ディスコードに期待していただけますと幸いです。
はい、ありがとうございます。はい、では、番組も終わりの時間が近づいてまいりました。ここでシリアルコードでのアイテムのプレゼントとなります。
So they're talking about doing some things together with the Discord and the dev team. So there might be opportunity to team up and talk and play with the devs. They're going to give a free present coupon code. And they say log in on the website and fill out the form. You go to my page, click on enter the serial code, and put it in.
今回も混雑緩和のためシリアルコードは明日の12時より使用可能とさせていただきますので、慌てずにご利用いただければと思います。
はい、ではシリアルコードの方はこちらになっております。前回同様ですね、コピーしやすいように、コメントの上とかに、記載されておりますので、そちらの方をコピーしていただければと思います。入力可能期間は、明日12時から8月16日の10時までとなります。1アカウント1回のみですので、両方のコードをご利用可能です。アイテムはゲーム内のレターで配布されます。レターには、通常と同じように30日間の期限がありますのでご注意ください。
はい、ありがとうございます。では次回の予告を行わせていただきます。次回ブルプロ通信シャープ11は9月中旬の実施予定となります。具体的な日程が決定しましたら後日公式サイト公式ツイッターにてお伝えをさせていただきます。そして次次回のお知らせもございます。
はい、次次回の予告になります。ブルプロ通信シャープ12が TGS の出張版として、TGS 一般公開日に会場よりも実施ということになります。ありがとうございます。本日ですね、
Yay! Tokyo Game Show!
公開されまして、ブルプロはフォトブースの出展と
Come in.
イベントでの、ブルプロ通信という出展を行いますということで、次回、ブルプロ通信11では9月のアップデート内容を紹介させていただきまして、それから間を空けない形になりますけれども TGS の出張版にて、シャープ12ということになります。その先の10月の
They have a photo booth and a stage event for TGS.
アップデートロードマップでお伝えしたアップデートサイクルの、シナリオ追加という、4章が追加になりますので、そのあたりのアップデート内容について公開を TGS でさせていただきますので、お楽しみにということです。
はい。では本日の番組も間もなく終了となります。最後に今日の感想とユーザーの皆様へのメッセージを特別お願いいたします。 まずは藤田さんから。
はい、本日もご覧いただきありがとうございました。そうですね、ランサー追加されますので、楽しんで使っていただければいいなと思ってます。で、ちょっと今後ともまた修正だったりとか回収だったりとかっていうのは、ずっとやっていくつもりですし、調整の方も随時行っていきますので、その辺ご意見含めていただけたらと思いますのでよろしくお願いします。ありがとうございました。
はい、続いて下岡さん。
はい、今日もご覧いただいてありがとうございます。いよいよね、新クラスということでランサー追加になりますけれども、それ
And now their closing thoughts. I think this is a pretty substantial update with the Bliss Lancer gameplay and more. Thanks, Kate's here. Man, you're very welcome. Hopefully you enjoyed. I need more coffee. These early mornings.
ぜひこれからもブルプロトコルの方よろしくお願いいたします。
はい、ありがとうございます。では私から。
So they'll be back in September. So we'll be for the live event, and that's going to start pushing them into the October, where I think that's really where you kind of see the new zone. I think in October. It came out June, July, August, September. Yeah, October is 4 months. Perfect.
というところで、ランサー、非常に、触り心地としては、速度が速かったりって感じっていうのは、動きが立体的だったりするので、これまでいないタイプのクラスなので、ぜひ皆様に触っていただきたいなと思いつつ、結構クラスのね、スキルが、文字が多かったり、ちゃんと見て、理解しないとなかなかこう DPS を出すための動きをどうすればいいのかなっていうのをなんだろう、ちゃんとなんですかね、学ぶ、理解して使う必要があるという、結構テクニカルなクラスとなっていますので、その分ですね、攻撃スキルの最中にこう左クリック長押ししてると、スキルを仕込んでおけたりとかっていう動きができますので、そういったところでこういろんな動きをして DPS を上げていくためはこうすればいいのかなっていうところを、
基本通常攻撃で3つつく
嬉しいなと思ってます。
だから
そうですよ、
通常攻撃で3つつきますし、右クリでそれを参加できるんで、基本の行動はあんまり難しい。
So they're saying Blitz is a technical class, so make sure that you read the skills,
パーティーのために
which I think is a really good tip for every class and skill in video games. Basic tactics can apply marks. The basic playstyle isn't hard, but when mixing the various skills and min-maxing, it can get complicated.
こちらで終了となります。皆さん最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。また次回ブルプロ通信でお会いいたしましょう。気候裏の旅に
幸運があらんこと。また。
And all right, they will see us next time. So, guys, on that note, I thank you so much for joining me this morning. I'll see if I can get some summary stuff up for you guys as well. But now it is time for me to jump into the workday and do the work stuff. So thanks so much for being here, everybody. Love you faces. Hopefully I'll see you next time. But until then, 43 likes on the live. Thank you so much. Crushing today's goal of 30. So thank you so very much. And hopefully we'll see you guys in the next one.